we talked about this last night. I'm not suggesting, Chewy, that people followed our lead, but there was lots of people today making it very clear about this current government crying at how hard it was for them to have to put in policies to then kick that person out of their home. And it's actually someone mentioned the empathy for this government was indicative within those polls. I think every time Luxon, White Grimace opens his mouth, we are seeing an element of this. I mean, it honestly feels like he's saying, but what about me? You're not even thinking how I feel about having to throw people out on the road.
Well, it's not positive at the moment because we're having to make some pretty tough decisions. It's not easy when you've got people losing their jobs in the public service. It's not easy, right? I know it's tough for those individuals, but it's not easy for a government to actually drive through that program as well. It's not easy to actually put sanctions on beneficiaries not holding their obligations on job seeker benefit. It's not easy to evict unruly tenants out of KO. So I get all of that, right? But we have a hell of a mess to fix. We are going to turn the show around.
Turn it around by cutting jobs with one hand and taking pay rises with the other.
There you go. So that's the vibe that's been going around. So again, I would like to just echo the words of the great saint Chue. He's not very good at this.
Maybe we need some synchronicity here. You know, okay. Obviously, famously, Michael Joseph Savage helped the first family move into the first state house,
socialist,
carrying their kitchen table in through the door.
Mm-hmm.
If Luxon thinks it's hard to evict KO tenants, and by the way, I'm not going to... Fuck, I did it. I swore I wouldn't do this. I'm not going to fall into this lazy trap of avoiding saying Kainga Ora. He's going to say KO wherever he gets the chance. But yes, what I was saying is maybe if he understands how hard it is to evict people, maybe he should go round and do it and have the same sort of photo op that Michael Joseph Savage had, but in reverse, where he kicks the door in, grabs the kitchen table and throws it out onto the street.
I think this is the picture you're probably talking about.
Yep.
Shot at the opening of the Labour government's first state house in Miramar, Wellington, 1937. This is one of New Zealand's iconic photographs. Prime Minister Michael Joseph Savage lifts a cumbersome dining table through a cheering throng towards the house's threshold. So this is the thing, right? And we've said this for a long time. There's a policy that New Zealand will not give up. Yes, there are some far-right lunatics who want to get rid of it, but in general, New Zealand will not give up this safety net, right? And you go through more public health. You go through more working for families. You go through more interest-free student loans. These things that New Zealand will not give up. Left-wing government, left-wing government, left-wing government, left-wing government. The left make policy. The right respond to policy, and I've added a new line to this, Chewy, or they try and reuse failed policies from the past. I mean, I've said
saw
this
that very clearly this time round.
Yeah, and I've asked for this 20 times. Tell me a right-wing government's policy that New Zealanders hold on to as tightly as they do some of those left-wing ones that I've just listed, because I'm still yet to think of one. A bit of a tangent from your tangent there, Chewy.
It's real hard to beat socialised healthcare, welfare state, state schools, state housing, nuclear free. There's a lot there. You know, let's throw Winnie a bone. Gold card. That probably won't go away.
We got to stop bullshitting about the gold card. All the gold card was, let me be really blunt, because when he promised the gold card, he promised like it would actually give you better rewards and stuff. Like, in other words, it would be a better discount card. Or I've got this thing on my phone, right? This is basically the gold card. Hopefully I'll give away no details. I've got this thing on my phone. You can probably see that all the little, it's called Stow card or store card, right? And you just now go to your New World one and it's there. Or you go to your AA Smart Fuel and it's there. So you don't have to have all those cards in your wallet anymore. That's what the gold card was. It was just a singular card that amalgamated all the other specials and cards that were already there. It's useful, but it's not life-changing like Winston said it would be.
I'm not saying necessarily it is, but people do love it. I see the glee in people's eyes when they come into the shop going, I've got my gold card. I've finally got my gold card.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about that from a purely like recognition point of view.
Sure. Look, I mean, it does something, but when he was launching it, they were talking about it will give you like specials on electricity that no one else can get. It will give you all these other things, and it did none of them. Kia ora again, whānau. The clip you've just watched is brought to you today by our patrons. If you want to be a part of what we do, if you want to get behind what we're doing, if you're enjoying our content and wanting to share our content, then maybe you would consider being a patron to Big Hairy News. Head to www.patreon.com/Big Hairy News to sign up to one of our levels and be a patron. At this point, we are only a listener and viewer supported show. It all comes down to you guys. If you feel like jumping on board to help, then head to patreon.com/Big Hairy News. Hooroo!